Hey guys, so on the JP server today, I finally got the last shard I needed for my EX3 Dark Rain. So we're going to be taking him to the Belphegor trial and showing a way that we can use EX3 Dark Rain to really heavily carry the intermediate version. The easy mode. It's still pretty tricky though, and a lot of people haven't beaten it. So you can use a friend Dark Rain to carry this if you want. So 12 turns, 5 units or less, no items. We're only going to use 4 units, because that's all we really need. With the magical double hand variance patch, which is now live on JP, a mage has got a really big boost if you can force them to go double hand. I'm doing that for Dark Rain. So this strategy kind of sort of needs Asura Dark Fina as well, because she enables the double hand whip builds for all the mages in the game. So if you don't have Dark Fina but you do have Saul, you can use a friend Dark Fina instead, or you could add like an extra DPS or something and maybe the strategy would still work. So we're going to use Dark Fina to start off doing the Asura field. That's a 30% Dark Amplify. We're going to have Savior start in the base form with Auto LB, like the Paintbrush Call of the Wild. And then she's going to Disaster to break the boss. We're going to use Saul and Fina to do a Demon Killer buff for the party. And then Dark Rain will Magnus buff himself and imperil the boss to darkness. So this boss is actually super easy, above 50%. It's only below 50 where he gets kind of insane. But with Dark Rain, we can just skip that entirely. So we're provoking with our Dark Fina. She's got guts and all that. So now she can just guard for the next few turns. We gave her Phoenix Energy to auto-cast healing per turn. Savior can just ATB to get her LB filled. We're going to just use Rallying Cry on Fina and Saul to get their LB good to go. And then Dark Rain is going to just focus for a bit, stack up his focus. Okay, so at this point we're just waiting for the SLB on my EX2 Dark Fina. And because she's guarding, the drains just do half automatically, and she's basically invulnerable. So we can just guard her. We're going to go ahead and use the 90% break with lightning, focus, and then, what's it called? Rallying Cry. Okay, some more attacks. Now this turn, the boss did AoE Magic Break and AoE Disease, which is irritating. If I had a 5th party unit, I could buff immunity or cure it. Well, for now, we're just going to use Panacea on Riku's pouch with Savior to cure the disease. We're still going to have Dark Rain Magic broken. Whatever. Now we're going to use the SLB on Dark Fina. That's a 400% stat buff, 300% LB buff, 45% Dark Amplify, and a either 30 or 35% Whip and Peril. I forget which one. In any case, now it is time to finish off the boss. So we're going to use the tag chaining LB of Dark Fina and Saul, and then we'll just use the SLB of Dark Rain, and that should be the end of this Belphegor. Oh, we did the damage cap. We did the damage cap. I think you only need 6 billion for intermediate. We did 10 billion. So as you can see, I kind of went overboard here. I hit the literal damage cap on Dark Rain in 1 turn. I don't know the exact HP of this boss, but we overkilled it by a lot. So that's how you can get a single Dark Rain friend to carry the fight for you. But like I said, it does sort of kind of need Asura Dark Fina on the party as well. I actually might go back and try hard mode again now that I have an EX3 Dark Rain, but we'll see. Anyway, so the gear. So the gear for Asura Dark Fina was just passive provoke. It's all that really matters. Give her a lot of HP. I gave her guts just in case we never triggered it. But this is important though. You need Phoenix Synergy or a healer on the party. You could use a healer as well, but I gave her Phoenix Synergy to just auto heal every turn. So the boss does, in the beginning of the fight, all he really does is drains, and drains won't kill you as long as you're healed above certain thresholds. So it's trivial to tank this guy. We didn't even use any mitigations. You don't need any mitigations as long as you skip phase 2. That is the big disclaimer. And we did skip phase 2. So there's the build we did on Dark Fina. So she obviously did, like I said, her SLB is kind of a huge deal. 30% Whip and Peril, okay. So yeah, she did that. She also did the Dark Field from Asura. Savior in the base form, just use some autofill for Esper so we can get Asura on turn 1. Some auto LB. Shift form, just auto LB. And then we gave her Riku's Pouch to cure disease on the burst turn just because our Dark Rain was diseased. Fina and Saul just have 12 LB per turn, some auto limit, and the lion emblem. That way they can get their LB on the final turn. All they did was Demon Killer as well as a tag chain for our Dark Rain. And again, we had a party slot empty, so we could have chained with like another unit if we really needed to, but we didn't. And then Rain is on Bahamut for more Espers. And he is being forced double hand. So we've got a double hand whip with 50% magical variance. And there we go. So double hand whip. Unfortunately, he's a true dual wield unit by default, so double hand does hurt his stats a little bit. So he's only got 6,900 magic. I need a better item world. I've been trying to get a good item world on this whip for like weeks, and I just cannot get a double rare on it, and it's really frustrating me. But once I eventually do, I'll have capped magic. Anyway, so in the current build, 6,900 magic, maxed Demon Killer, maxed LB damage, chain cap up his own TMR for focus, and his own card. So yep, he capped the boss, one hit, finished it off. But there it is. Okay. So again, if you have your own EX3 Dark Rain, you can bring a friend Dark Fina. If you have your own Dark Fina, bring a friend EX3 Dark Rain and get an all mission clear on Intermediate Belphegor. See you next time.